Welcome back to Worldwide Chocolates Flight Club. To all of our first-time viewers, welcome to the Flight Club. It is Choctoberfest. Choctober is here. I got my friend Jack with me to help me, do this hosting, and we're gonna jump right into it. So, to begin, we're actually going to Madagascar in the San Marino Valley area, which is right up here. We are working with a brand made in Africa, and this particular bar is a 65% dark chocolate with baobab powder and salted cocoa nibs. So the baobab tree actually grows, essentially a fruit pod. The baobab tree is known as being the tree of life. And I'm going to see if I'm able to edit in a picture of what the tree looks like to give you a reference as to what you're going to be consuming. And we're back. It is native to Madagascar, and that combined with Madagascan cocoa nibs on a 65% Madagascan fine cacao chocolate bar, it's going to be tough to find a better taste of Madagascar than this bar right here. MIA is made in Africa, their name, and their chocolate is also made in Africa, thus made in Africa. What a lot of people don't realize is that Africa accounts for about 70% of the world's cocoa production, but less than 1% of finished chocolate is actually coming out of Africa. In the development side of this company, the co-founders Brett and Sarah were really trying to put a larger focus on the prosperity of those farming cocoa beans for this production. And in doing so, or ever since doing so, they've been able to implement a lot of great programs for these farmers, their livelihoods, and really ensuring that they have what they need to continue producing their fine cacao. We've also included their latest pamphlet booklet. It has all of their brand information, some of the details of the various projects and sustainability that they've been able to put forward over the past couple years. And it also includes just, a little breakdown of some of their other blends that they produce. This is the only Mia bar that has been included in this tasting flight for Choctober, but we have everything available that you can get in the States. We do carry. So now that we've covered the Made in Africa chocolate, we will be moving on to Provo, Utah. So we will be taking a quick flight to, and we'll be tasting artisan chocolate. Yeah, we will taste. Taste Artisan Chocolate is based in Provo, Utah. They are a small batch bean-to-bar chocolate maker and focus largely on crafting single origin blends. This bar is a limited edition Del Oro Ecuador. You can actually see it has a handwritten name and percentage batch code, but it really, goes to show this is quite the limited edition bar in that it's not produced enough for them to even have labels readily available because they handwrite them in because it is that rare and uncommon. So Del Oro, Ecuador, you see we got Ecuador right in here. Taste is located right in the shadows of Mount Timpanogos in the Provo area of Utah. And all they do is taste chocolate. Like, literally, they are tasting taste. On certain occasions, taste may create up to 20 different batches of chocolate using the same cocoa bean, but slightly different processes and ingredient ratios so they can pinpoint the best process and ingredient combination for that given blend. I can't speak to how many takes this particular bar took, but given its extremely limited availability, I would imagine they've spent quite a bit of time perfecting this blend, and pretty hyped that you guys can try it out. It's quite phenomenal. It's a 75% cocoa. I will say savor every last piece, as we don't know how often this blend might be available, hence the limited availability, hence the handwritten name and procurement of their cocoa beans on here. Let's just keep that ball rolling and move on. So now that we have covered Provo, which is, now that I'm realizing it, probably covered by some of those plants. You know where Utah is, in that rocky region. And they're using the Ecuadorian cacao. So now that we've hit Madagascar, Provo, made a pit stop at Ecuador to do some quick farming, bring the beans back, go back to Provo and taste them. We will be flying out to Voiron, France, to taste Chocolate Bonnat's Asfarth blend. Chocolate Bonnat was actually founded in the late 19th century by Felix Bonnat and has been producing chocolates for over 130 years. Currently managed by Stéphane Bonnat, who's the fourth member in their family line to take over the company. So they are a fourth generation family business up to this point in time, which is Choctober 2021. So this bar is quite the treat. It is named Asfarth. It is a 65% dark milk chocolate. So it's an extremely high cocoa content for milk chocolate, probably some of the highest that you can call milk chocolate in Europe, and still have this much cocoa while leaving some room for sugar. But this blend is absolutely phenomenal. So it actually wasn't until 1983 that Bonnat started producing single origin chocolate bars, as prior to that they were more so focused on individually wrapped chocolates, you know, little handmaids. This blend in particular is the Asfarth blend, and it is procuring beans from Indonesia. So you have the Indonesia islands down in here. You see the Java Sea. And this blend in particular is procuring cocoa from the Sumatra island in Indonesia. It does emit a very soft and floral fragrance when you're tasting it. Chocolate Bonnat is actually producing 3 of the Indonesian dark milk chocolate blends. You have the Asfarth, you have Java, and Surabaya. So the Asfarth is the one obviously included in this month's flight package. Chocolate Bonnat has a super wide range of single origin chocolates. Their darks are typically a 75%. With that being said, it is a perfect area to explore different flavor profiles. So all these various single origin chocolates are using, for the most part, the same process, the only difference being the cocoa beans. And as you'll come to find with a lot of these Flight Club packages, we do a large focus on single origin chocolate. So now that we have spent some time in Voiron, France, we will be going to Schaerbeek, Belgium, to taste some of Belgium's #1 chocolate brand, Côte d'Or chocolate. Côte d'Or chocolate is probably some of the most recognizable Belgian chocolate you might ever see. And we have quite a bit of Côte d'Or chocolates included in our Choctober tasting kit. So the first bar we need to talk about is their original milk chocolate bar. It is a 32% cocoa content. This packaging is quite iconic. It is essentially trying to replicate what Côte d'Or was producing in 1911, which was, 110 years ago. It has, the kind of beige-ish, yellowy white packaging with their elephant logo on it. And I will, again, try to insert a picture of what their original packaging looked like. And we're back. So you can see they're doing a pretty spot-on job when it comes to a modern packaging style that pays tribute to what their original packaging was. Côte d'Or does have an extremely rich history. I've actually put together a Côte d'Or company timeline on the website, which does have images of all of their original packaging throughout time from the company's, starting off point, which was in 1883. So a few other iconic Côte d'Or chocolates that we wanted to incorporate are their mignettes. These are perfect snacking size squares. We included a dark 54% and a milk 35%. The company name is actually in reference to the Gold Coast or Ivory Coast, as they typically procure the majority of their cocoa beans in Côte d'Ivoire or the Ghana region. And those regions natively have elephants. Thus, Côte d'Or's logo of an elephant. And if you think we're done talking about elephants, you're going to taste one. So last up, we have Côte d'Or Bouchies, which translates to a small confection with either a sweet or savory filling. I will say this filling is quite sweet, but this is a milk chocolate shaped like an elephant that has a hazelnut praline filling. They aren't sold as a single unit. You can get them, in a box. The box has 8 individual Bouchies in them. And the best part, in my opinion, is when you open it, you'll see, hey, what is this? And it's actually the shape of an elephant, staying true to their logo, true to their history. And with that being said, that covers our Choctober Flight Club. I hope you enjoyed our time together as much as I have and will continue to. Feel free to reach out with any questions you might have. Leave them in the comments, whatever it may be. And until next time, eat, breathe, sleep chocolate. Cheers.